post. Like, share, include original post. All right. All right, I'll wait a second. Grayson said he's definitely in, by the way. Did you hear me?
Did you text him?
Yeah, I texted him after I called him.
Oh, I meant to tell you that he's probably, since he's so much like me, he probably didn't want to pick up the phone and prefers to answer people via text.
All right, phone. I'm going to need you to stop shitting yourself.
Yeah, Joseph confirmed Grayson doesn't like phone calls.
I mean, I believe it.
So,
He's just like you.
because he wants to do the 3v3 like prop hunt tonight, and Xander said he left the party, so he can't hear you.
I can't hear what he's saying.
He's
I
like,
was thinking we could
maybe I'm
play.
busy tonight. Did you ever think of that? Literally.
No, I did not think of that. All right.
Yes, you did, Joseph.
So here we go. Tonight, we're continuing our ManaTraders Series adventure, and tonight we are on Saheeli Cat combo. I'm gonna change the basics out in my deck because I like to have all of the same basics. But tonight we are trying to finish our run at the ManaTraders Series. All right, Saheeli Cat combo. So for anybody that doesn't know how this combo deck works, you play Saheeli Rai. All right, and what Saheeli does is she pluses to scry 1 and you deal a damage to each opponent. Or you can -2 and make a copy of a creature or an artifact you control and it gains haste and you exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Then you use Felidar Guardian to blink. When it comes into play, you exile something and you return it back to the battlefield. So then you play Saheeli Rai. The next turn, you play Felidar Guardian. You blink Saheeli Rai. When Saheeli Rai comes back in, you minus. You make another Felidar Guardian. Felidar Guardian comes back into play. You make another Saheeli Rai. Boom. So you make infinite 1/4s with haste. So, and other than that, it's just kind of a Jeskai control deck. I've just kind of got the deck set up that way just to be able to play that way. A couple bolts and some helixes to try and have removal, life gain, finishing speed. Spreading Seas seems like a good card. Gives us a good Tron matchup, and it's another draw engine. Some counter spells, ops to help us find our stuff, and path for removal. Notably, this is something that I just put together myself. I didn't net deck this in any way. I don't know anything about this deck. I put together based off what I've seen people play over the years and what I like to play. So if this goes terribly, you've all been fair warned. In our sideboard, we kind of got a little bit of everything right now. We have 2 Ceremonious Rejection for like Tron or like E-Tron, any kind of thing like that. Grafdigger's Cage is good against anything running Collected Company or Graveyard strategies. Path is really just a good removal spell. Ether Gust is good against it's pretty good against Burn. It's good against the red-green mid-range decks. It's good against a lot of things like that. Mystical Disputes are just a good hard counter for the sideboard to have, or not hard counter, but a cheap counter to interact with. Timely Reinforcements is really good against Burn or any kind of other aggro deck, and then Anger of the Gods and Anger of the Gods and a Supreme Verdict as a sweeper to finish up with. So I built the deck based off what I like about Magic and how I like to play. So I'm kind of hoping that the deck performs well, but I don't bank on that. So we need 12 wins in a row to qualify for the ManaTraders Series. So we're quite a bit of ways away, but we're gonna jump in and start playing and hope we can get some wins tonight. Also, notably on the table, Joseph told me that if I win 12 games in a row, he'd give me $1. So there's that. Honestly, really don't care about the wins or qualifying. We're really just holding out for that dollar. Gonna go ahead and start looking for a match here. Try to get everything going. Alright, so it's looking like it's going to take us a minute to find our match tonight. Oh, here we go. Just kidding.
The original. Oh, really?
It feels like it's been taking a while to find our opponents recently. I'm hoping that that's not the case tonight. I'd kind of like to get a bunch of games in. Waiting for Dale Ischina in Chinha. Delis Chinha. Hope I said that right. Oh, don't want that. Hi and good luck. So our opponent has no companion. We have no, we don't have any combo pieces in our hand, but our hand seems pretty good. Hopefully they're playing creatures, a creature-based strategy. Urborg? Alright, that's interesting. We're going to play Hallowed Fountain tapped, and we're going to say go. The next turn we'll have Spire Bluff Canal to hold up Lightning Helix. City of Brass. Pintap Prison? Okay, some kind of combo deck. So this is a place where our counter spells will be really good. So not having a counter spell here is kind of rough, but they don't know that. Our opponent doesn't know that, so... Yep. Talisman of Progress. Okay. We're going to go ahead and fire off our Opt here. We'll put that on top and keep that. That seems fine. It's a combo piece, so we want that. We'll run out our Teferi. We'll minus on the Talisman, draw another Felidar Guardian. We'd like to hit a 4th land here. Don't know what our opponent's doing, but yeah. So it's some kind of combo deck where they mill themselves. Alright. Place a Helirai. We don't want Lightning Bolt. We'd like to draw a land, preferably an untapped land. We have the combo rolled up in our hand. I'm gonna be honest. First, hey Jacob, what's up, buddy? How you been, man? I haven't talked to you since, well, last week. You may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if a library has 20 or fewer cards in it, okay? Angel's Grace? Okay. Are they gonna, yeah, just do that and then plus? Okay. Okay. We probably want Mystical Disputes just as extra counter spells. And we'll take out Paths and try it that way. Chilling. I caught COVID, so I've just been laying in bed. Ugh, that's rough, man. Hate to hear you got COVID. Do you got it bad, or is it just like, are you like asymptomatic, but you just know you have it kind of thing? Gonna be honest, I'm not really sure what our opponent sideboard's into, but don't really know. How are you? Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty good. Just kind of hanging out, working, life as usual. So, Saheeli opt, couple Saheeli's opt, mystical dispute. Yeah, we'll try this. This seems fine. Sure. We don't really want a spreading seas. We'll probably fetch for a Hallowed Fountain tapped here. Not super interested in countering that, honestly. I mean, I don't really feel like they play that many blue spells, so maybe we should just be on the counter that plan. Puts 2 cards on the bottom. Okay. EOT will fetch for a Hallowed Fountain. Play Saheeli Rai. Plus, we'll put that on the bottom. We'd really like to... We'd honestly really like to draw some counter spells here. Talisman, okay. We should have plussed Saheeli first to Scry there. That was pretty bad on my part, even though we do have the combo. Put that on the bottom. So next turn, if they play something this turn, we can Mystical Dispute it, if it's a blue spell anyway, and if not, we can play Felidar Guardian, go for the combo with Mystical Dispute at the ready. So I kind of like where we're at. Feels like a pretty decent spot. Okay. Okay, so we get to plus first. Put that on the bottom. We're going to fetch for a plains just to have another white. I don't think it's super relevant, but... So this is the combo. I'm going to be honest, our opponent has to have something or they would have conceded here by now. Unfortunately, this will be a lot of what we do here, is doing this. It appears as though our opponent's F6 and they're just going to make us do it, which is kind of frustrating, but this is one of those things we signed up for. We're playing a deck like this, we've signed up to take the time to do this. Yes. Minus. We're going to put that over here. Yes. Gonna be honest, I really don't know why our opponent hasn't conceded yet, but plus I don't think this is 16 yet, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes. And our opponent, I don't really know. Like Angel's Grace doesn't really bail them out here. Ten, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so we'll put that on top just because it's an extra burn spell. So now we're gonna lose all of our tokens, which isn't a big deal. We have Mystical Dispute and Force of Negation here, so I feel pretty good about us not losing this game. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. An opponent gains control of Wishclaw Talisman. Okay? I don't know what they could be searching here for, but even if they play the Jace, even if they have land in the Jace, we'll just Mystical Dispute it. If they have to play the 2-drop Thassa's Oracle, we Mystical Dispute that with Force of Negation back up. So we're gonna counter that. Because they can't use their only land. I was like, I think they're just killing themselves with their land. I can't really tell. What are you guys doing? Why are you not playing games?
Well, I'm gonna go eat. He randomly just got off, and I thought, well, I guess he just got kicked from the party. He was reading his like keypad stuff, and then he's like, "Hello." He's like, "I said your name like 50 times, and you didn't respond." I was like, "I was just sitting there messaging."
You really just never answered him?
No, I didn't hear him.
Oh,
That never came through.
wow. Okay. So I wish we had more like counter spells we could bring in, but there's what?
So I just answer him. Jeez Louise.
There's not really much we can bring in here. Like we have the combo, we have counter spells. We're gonna hope that's good enough. I don't see Gus being any good. I mean, we could snag something with rejection. I guess rejections on countering his stuff is better than path. Yeah, I don't know. We'll bring him in and see if it's good enough. I mean, trying to ceremonious rejection something kind of seems kind of cheeky and like we're trying to get away with something here, but that might just be what we're doing. Like, having double remand here is really good into Spell Queller. He's on a mulligan, so that's good. I'm sorry, they're on a mulligan, but I I really like where this hand's at. And we have a combo piece too to go for it. So this hand looks pretty good. Our opponent keeps on 5. Okay, so their 5 would Spreading Seas isn't a bad draw. I mean, we'd honestly really like to pick up like a land or a Force of Negation or something. So our opponent kept a 1-lander. I'm not gonna lie, we're just gonna get a Steam Vince here. Our life total doesn't matter. I don't know a whole lot about this deck, but 1 land seems pretty rough for them. Yeah, we'll take a Flooded Strand. Flooded Strand's good. Um, you know, it honestly might be worth just to go ahead and run out the Spreading Seas. Um, they probably will be able to have white, but you never know. We might just be able to, like, depending on what lands they draw, we might just be able to take them off of white right there. So, and then next turn we'll have, yeah, he's got nothing. We have Spell Queller at the ready, and we drew a Force of Negation. This is really good. Really like this. Really like where our hand is heading. Yeah, see, he drew a white source immediately. Yeah, we're just gonna flash in our Spell Queller here and take this. This is we get to put a clock into play and counter something. With 2 remands and Force of Negation at the ready, this feels pretty solid. Drawing 2 more Felidar Guardians isn't exactly what we wanted, but um, remand is just Time Walk right here, so I really like that. We're gonna fetch a Hallowed Fountain right here. No. Cryptic Command seems pretty good. We have lots of counter spells and a clock, and I mean it's not a super fast clock or anything, but it is a clock nonetheless. So also having like multiple counter spells each turn is really good. Is it worth it to bounce that and draw a card? I don't think so. I don't think that seems kind of aggressive. I don't really feel like that's where we want to be, so we're just going to keep doing this and holding up counter spells. We'll discard a Felidar Guardian. Um, we've already got we we've already got 2 in our hand, so like we had 3. Discarding one's not a big deal, at least in my opinion, anyway. Pentap Prison, yeah, I'm okay with letting that resolve now. It doesn't really do anything, so land is really good here because it means we can have we can either have Cryptic Command and Mystical Dispute in the same turn, or we can have double Remand, Mystical Dispute, and Force of Negation. So I really like the way this game's shaped up. Yep, Serum Visions is fine. Anything that doesn't immediately impact the board is okay. And if we draw another land, we'll just go for the we'll just play Felidar Guardian and blink nothing. I mean, I guess we could just play it anyway and then blink a land. That actually doesn't seem like that bad. Then we can have Remand and Force of Negation at the ready. And if they can combo through 2 counter spells in 1 turn, then, I mean, there's not much we can do about that. And Felidar Guardian doesn't really add much of a clock to it. Actually, if I play it next turn, it doesn't add any clock. If I'd have played it last turn, it adds a turn. Or, yeah, it adds a turn. So it was a misplay on my part. I don't know what our opponent's doing here. Gonna say go? We'll fetch. We'll just get an island. We still get to hold up Remand and Force of Negation here. We don't want a Spreading Seas. Yeah, having Remand and Force of Negation here is really good, so... I don't know if I'm supposed to fight over this. All this does is give them more draws. So I don't think I'm supposed to fight over this. So what we can do is next turn if we draw land, if there is a next turn, we might just be dead here. I don't really... Okay, so letting them have their whole deck, what does that really accomplish? This doesn't seem like what we need to counter. I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't feel like we need to counter this. Plus, if we do, and he runs it back, we can't force a negation of the creature. Okay, so they put all their cards in their hand. I'd kind of... Hey, all right, opponent. We get a one-lander with an opt and a lot of interaction. I'm gonna be honest. I think we got a mulligan this. I'd like to keep it, but I think that's a mulligan. And this hand's not like extremely better or anything, but I think we'll keep this and ship a steam vents. Our opponent keeps 7. No companion, notably. I play steam vents and say go. Thanks. Oh yeah, you bet, man. Absolutely. It's like it's been nice hanging out and talking to you the last couple days. Let's see. Okay, power plant star. Okay, so remand here is really good. All right. Another remand is also really good. Allows us to counter whatever they. Hopefully they have to like Sylvan Scrying here, and we can keep them off of Tron. But they kept 7, so that's not likely. Yep. Make a green. This is a matchup where Spreading Seas is a house. So we're gonna counter Sylvan Scrying. I mean they may have kept 7 because they had a way to get Tron, but I think we're just gonna keep holding up counter spells here. Oh, that was so dumb. I should have played the plane so that I could hold up Spell Queller. That was bad Tron player. Play land first. Yeah, honestly though, Stoneforge Mystic. That's interesting. There's some kind of green-white Tron list. So we're actually gonna play Teferi here, bounce their map. And then next turn we can play Spreading Seas and hold up Spell Queller. We should have been able to hold up Spell Queller originally anyway. Man, just Natty had the tower. Okay. Nothing we can do about that. Exile a card from our hand. You can have the island, sure, buddy. Yeah, this is tough. Would have been nice to have had a Spreading Seas early on. The fact that they didn't have to crack it there is really bad. Spreading Seas a tower. Say go. Glad I found out you stream. I really want to learn Modern. It is nice to come hang out. Hey man, I'm glad you were able to come hang out. Modern's a lot of fun, dude. I'm a big fan of Modern, honestly. Yeah, I'm sure. Float of blue. I'm interested in just flashing this in here, I think. I know that we should probably be holding that up for an extra counter spell here, but I think making some play here is better than making no play. I mean, I was like, they're going to crack the map and get a tower. There's nothing we could do anyway about that, so this is a really rough matchup. Stoneforge Mystic, all right. Sort of Fire and Ice. Okay, interesting. Gonna go ahead and play the Sword of Fire and Ice. So I think we attack Karn. I think we have to start trying to deal with that. Put Karn to 5. We'll say go. If they try to equip the Sword of Fire and Ice, we'll go ahead and bolt the Stoneforge Mystic. And then we can have exiles a card from their hand. Okay, you can have our opt. So there's nothing to equip to. I mean, if they go for something, we can counter and bounce the Karn. Okay. I lied. We are actually going to counter and bounce our Spreading Seas. Counter target spell, return target opponent to its owner's hand. Counter target spell. So this way we get to put the Spreading Seas back in our hand and we can hit their mind next turn. And we get to keep them from not being able to put something on a Fire and Ice. Now, if they have like Wormcoil here or something, then so be it. That's just how it is. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how flexible does a Magic deck need to be in terms of adjusting to multiple style of opponents? That's a really good question. I think there's a weird answer to that question. Like you want the deck to be very flexible because you never know what you'll play against. But at the same time, you have to fit decks around a certain variety of metagame. So it's hard to say it should always be one way or the other. So, but it is. Um, I think it's a really good question. I think it needs to be flexible and yet somehow all at the same time be fit around a certain metagame. The Joseph Laws. Thanks for the follow, Joseph. I appreciate you, buddy. So, I think we can start by fetching a basic island here. He got this is tough. I think we're gonna bounce our Spell Queller. Yeah, that's really tough. We've drawn a lot of lands. The funny part is that, I think we're approaching the territory of being able to just go for it in one turn and win the game. So there is that. Oh, we'll go ahead and flash it in. Maybe should have fetched for Hallowed Fountain there instead of basic island. Okay, yeah, this is going to be rough. So we're basically approaching combo or bust. Alright. So our draws weren't that great that game, but that's okay. I imagine if it's too flexible, it's actually less effective. Doesn't do anything well then. Yeah, like you can be super adept to like the meta game, but or like to just like beat up on other decks, but you actually have to have a way to win the game. And that's something that I think people don't talk about a lot. So yeah, I actually think you're really right about that. Let's see. Ceremonious rejection seems good. I did not want that to go over there. Ceremonious rejection, path. We've already got 3 paths. I don't think we want more. I mean, there might be some argument to having another path in. Okay, so Cage doesn't do anything. Sweepers don't do anything. Aether Gust doesn't really do anything. There could be, I mean, I still don't think Mystical Dispute's where you want to be, like it's an extra counterspell, but I don't think that's right. I think you want to bring those in, and you probably just want to cut the helixes. Probably cut a bolt for the extra path. You'd think you'd rather have that. So yeah, I think we'll run it back like this and see what happens. If we can get like a quick combo hand with some interaction. Okay, so we have the ability to combo quickly, but we have no way to interact. This hand is definitely a mulligan. Um, this hand seems fine because we have the combo in hand, opt into fairy. Like we have multiple ways to draw cards or find interaction. And plus us drawing lands is going to be a good thing here. Hopefully our opponent's forced to mulligan a little bit so that we can try to make their life a little bit more complicated. Anytime your Tron opponent keeps 7, it's rough stuff. It's a heavy scene, or I don't know, whatever my buddy Grayson says. We're going to shock in this Hallowed Fountain here. Our life total is not super relevant against Tron. It is a little bit, but it's not really that relevant. So our opponent mulligans, but only once. So this could also represent. We could just be representing. What? I have to say I've seen a lot of things playing Magic. I've been playing Magic for about 6 years now, and I've seen a lot of stuff. But that that's towards the top of the list there, bro. So we're I'm gonna be honest. I really don't know what to say right now. Like I'm really actually at a loss for what's happening right now. Razor Verge ticket Slippery Boggle into Urza's Power Plant Expedition Map Chromatic Star. Like, what is my life? I I'm sorry. I'm just like genuinely at a loss for like what is happening right now. We're gonna run out Sahili Ray plus. I, do I want Path against Boggle? I think we'll put that on the bottom. I don't know. And as long as he doesn't have some way to slap on 3 extra points onto his Boggle, we're gonna win next turn. So yeah, hit us for 1. Okay. Plus, put that on the bottom. I think we're gonna play it safe and go for the Teferi here. We're going to plus and try to make it to where they can't interact with us. The only thing I could think of that they could genuinely have here that would be backbreaking is a Dismember. And I don't know why they would have brought Dismember in. So it's a little extra for us to go to do that, but okay, play your tower. Hopefully it's not Thought Not Seer here. I don't know that our opponent would be on Thought Not Seer after the way the game's gone so far, but I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I don't like. I'm taking nothing off the table. Yeah, bro. Again, definitely should have scryed first, but we're bad. Okay. Alright, so now that, I mean, they knew for a while we were on Copycat that game. Alright, so, straight up, what is our opponent doing? I have no words for what is happening to this point. Is Supreme Verdict worth? Like, do we cut the bolt and bring in a Supreme Verdict? Sometimes it'd be like that. Yeah, I mean, Ben, you're not wrong. But, like, this is wild, dude. Like, this guy's playing Tron. And he's playing Boggles and Shalai. Like, I don't understand. We're going to bring in Supreme Verdict as a one-of and hope that maybe it bails us out. I'm telling you, I don't know that, like, last time I was this thrown off by what someone was doing. So normally I would throw a one-lander back, but this hand has everything we want. So we're going to keep this. Of course, they may never. Maybe that's his plan. I mean, if his plan is to throw me off and make me confused, he's won. He is in my head. We're going to say go. We have Ceremonious Rejection and Opt here. So, unless he plays something that we have to counter, we're going to play the Opt here because we need a land. And then we can Spreading Seas whatever we need to. Another Boggle. Okay. We're okay with the star. I think we're just gonna say go here. We have Remand, Ceremonious Rejection at the ready, so lol, yeah. We're gonna take 2 and go to 15 here. Notably, Spell Queller blocks both of these anytime we need it to, so. Okay, sack that for green. Bro, what is happening right now? No, we don't want a path. Definitely didn't want that spell snare either. We need to draw a white source here. We're going to 10 here, so we're not like in super bad shape, but I think I would rather have Ceremonious Rejection for something that matters. He's like, man. Yeah, buddy. I mean, at least we got Path. We need a white source really bad here. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. So we have Path and Ceremonious Rejection and Remand at the ready, so... we're at 7. It's not great, but they're down to 3 cards. They're gonna cycle their Canopy here. I love the Zendikar full arts. They are so nice. I really, dude. Actually, I got these when they were. I started playing Moto when this set when Battle for Zendikar was in standard. I've used them ever since. I'm in love with them, man. They're awesome. That's a pretty good pickup. Even if they play nothing here, we're gonna flash in a Spell Queller. Use one of our Ceremonious Rejections here. I think we need to get busy here. Because we can flash in another Spell Queller and block. I think I own about 45 of that mountain. Joseph, you own way too many of that mountain, bro. Like, honestly, like, you own a lot, and it's kind of concerning sometimes that you own that many of that mountain. We're going to flash in another one, and we're going to block here. I'm going to be honest. Our counter spells are making me feel pretty good about our position right now and where we're at. So, yeah, we're going to let him have an elf or the scout there. And we're going to say go here. I'd rather try to find the combo than anything else. I haven't seen him play a 2-drop yet this game, but it would be nice. That's awesome. I mostly play mono red. I'll have to find some. Oh, they just concede. Okay, their hand must have been garbage. So we can. I just don't think we can keep one-landers like that. This hand looks a lot better. We'll keep this and put Felidar Guardian on the bottom. We already have two. We have two, so we don't need another one. Plus, kind of depends on what our opponent's on here, so... our opponent keeps 7. Leyline of Sanctity. Alright, probably playing combo, if I had to guess, so... I'm trying to think of things that play Leyline of Sanctity in the main. Boggles? It could be a take on Boggles, but they're playing instead of playing Lurus, they're playing Leylands in the main, which, you know, I understand. Plains? Okay. This could be like some kind of like mono white enchantments deck. Those are common things. Mountain's a good pickup. We really need a white source. So we can run out Saheeli Ray next turn and scry. Has protection from all colors. I say we just run out Saheeli Ray here, plus and scry. we want another land, but we need a white source, so we got to put that on the bottom. We'd really like to have seen a fetch land there. What's the lowest number of cards you've mulliganed down to and still won? The lowest I've ever mulliganed to and still won was 4. I did win on 4. Blood Moon's rough, which means now we have to draw Natty Plains. That's tough. That's some rough business right there. Honestly, we're going to put the island on top now just because we need a land. And this allows us to take their planes off the field too. So, yeah, I mulliganed to 4 one time and won. I can't remember off the top of my head what I was playing though. I feel like I was playing. I don't think I was playing Burn. Again, we should have plussed and scried there. I don't know if we want this bolt here. Yeah, I don't think we want a bolt. Honestly, we're really just looking to draw natural planes here. And if we do, we can slam Teferi, bounce our Blood Moon. Or we can just go for the combo. Yeah, we'll put that on top. Draws us cards and takes their mountain off the field, so we're giving them all islands. Or if they draw another plains, we can just slam it. Oh, we've also we can opt, huh? So we're gonna opt into turn, and we're gonna take that and draw it. So we're gonna scry first. We don't want that. Oh, we drew Natty Plains. But now we have to wait till next turn because am bad. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting it out. Next turn we can go for the combo though. I guess we probably shouldn't just go for the combo next turn. We've pretty much locked them out of the game, and yeah, we've locked them out of the game, and we're gonna play Teferi and plus here, because we want Teferi on the field. Normally we'd like to bounce the Blood Moon, but then we're just gonna give them a white source, and I really don't think that's where we want to be. They can't play anything, so we actually don't have any in enchantment hate in our sideboard, so that's kind of tough. Okay, Blood Moon number 2 is fine. We don't care about that. Plus, put that on the bottom. Always yield. That is not what I wanted to do. Oh, actually, that's interesting. It has pro all colors, so that's all I can do. That's interesting. Didn't really think about that one. So next turn we'll have to use Teferi to bounce the Flavor of the Mighty thing, and then we can just kind of, and then we can win from there. That was dumb on my part. Should have realized that's what we needed to do. I should have opted into the turn, but I'm kind of just trying to get this over with. Delete 1. Put the remand on top. Bounce this. Am I stupid or am I stupid? I'm playing terribly, and I'm retarded, but our opponent conceded because even though they know we're stupid, we were still going to win. So anyway, yeah, my bad. That was really bad gameplay right there for me. Does pro all colors hit colorless? I don't think so. I think it has to say protection from your choice of color or colorless. I don't think pro all colors is colorless. Let's see. I don't really know what our opponent's playing. Either Gust doesn't seem great. Mystical Dispute doesn't seem great. I don't really know if we want anything else. I don't really know what we're playing against. Um, I think we'll just submit it the way it is and run it back and see what happens.
Leftovers, delicious. Magic walk, yeah.
Probably some idea to bringing in a Supreme Verdict in case we have to kill
I went
something.
20
So
to 10, and we lost by 4. It's very frustrating. I would have what? Listen. That one was hard because we were losing by so much, so people kept leaving. So when the game ended, there were just 4 of us on the team. So it was like.
all right, we're on the draw here for against. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really sure what we're playing against. Red, white, prison-y enchantment things.
Are you done? Like, what do you want to play? I'm also.
I mean, I'd like to keep this hand with double opt, but we don't have any counter magic against what they're doing, so I think we're going to pitch this. So we have no blue lands, but we have counter spells, so I think we're going to keep this and pitch Cryptic Command. This could be wrong. Like this could be so wrong, but we're going to try it and see what happens. Hopefully we get lucky and draw some blue lands. They have no leyline, which ballsy, yeah. An all blue hand with no blue lands. It's kind of interesting. Now, to be fair, at this point, the only 2 lands in the deck that do not produce blue are another Sacred Foundry and a Plains. So there's a pretty good chance that we draw into a blue source. Like that. So we're going to shock that in and say go. Kind of see what they're up to here. Yeah, we're going to have to counter that one. Pitch the Spell Snare here. They probably kept that hand off the back of Blood Moon and the fact that it kept us out of the game for so long. We're going to go ahead and opt here. I don't think we want Path. Flooded Strand's a good pickup. Well, hopefully we have another blue card here so we can play Teferi. I think it's worth just to hold up Force of Negation here. Again, we don't really know what our opponent's up to. They're probably trying to do some like weird combo thing, but we don't really know what they're up to, so we're just going to kind of hang out. Search your library for an enchantment card. Put it into your hand. We're just going to fetch for a basic island and cast this here, so. And we're not going to exile anything. We're just going to pay mana for this. Not something I've done often with Force of Negation, but. Saheeli Ray's a good pickup. We'll plus and scry. Remand's good. We'll leave that on top. We like counter spells.
I'm like waiting too long, I think. So this is
Our opponent just says go. We're gonna plus. We could probably just go for it here, but we're gonna play it super safe here and say go, because then we can use remand this turn, and then the following turn we can play Teferi with counterspell if they don't play anything. And then the following turn they can't interact with our Felidar Guardian, so with our combo, because they don't have anything to do. And they're just saying go here, so it's looking pretty good. Play our island. White. Probably should have left open the Sacred Foundry just to represent different things, but and we do know they're running Bolt, so we're gonna leave that on top just in case something crazy happens and they get to resolve a Blood Moon. They're gonna say go here. Plus having a land on top allows us to play the plains, play Felidar Guardian, and hold up remand, which is funny because it doesn't matter because of Teferi. So play this. We can plus this time because we're... Hi, and good luck. We're on the play. Our opponent has no companion. We have no lands. Instant mulligan. We have removal, double remand, and a Saheeli. We're going to keep this, and
you don't have brakes to change on it. It's new, it has Bluetooth, it doesn't have other seats. Your seat's not going to be all wonky.
yeah, we're going to keep that. Keep that like that and ship that. See if our opponent keeps mulliganing. Mulligan to 5 cards. Okay. All right. All right, so our opponent's on 5. We're on 6. We're going to lead on Sacred Foundry tapped. We don't know what they're doing, so... Hers is mine. Okay. So our hand's not as good against Tron. We're going to keep this and say go. We'll fetch a Hallowed Fountain. Just kept Natty Tower. Okay, or Mine Tower.
Oh yeah, I've been playing. I have the same.
We'll just go ahead and fire this off. It's not doing anything else, so... we didn't draw a third land there. I'm not going to lie, I would have assumed that we would have gotten to have played our remand at some point. Matter Reshaper. So now we're going to get to play our remand. It's Eldrazi Tron. Okay, Spiroglyph Canal's good. We're going to play this and say go hold up our remand and path here in case if they just run out their Reshaper here. Oh wow, just Tron. Okay, that's cool. Yep, and they also don't get a card off of that, which is good for us, so... I think we're just going to Helix this, actually. I don't really mind to give them the extra card. They put Chalice of the Void into their hand, which is fine. We really want to get our combo going. Let's just kind of slam it and go for it. It's kind of aggressive and maybe wrong, but... it'd be nice to have Force of Negation back up, but hopefully we hit a land here. Gonna put that on the bottom. No Reality Smasher here one time, please. Okay, that's fine. Gonna name Saheeli. I mean, I can only assume our realities are about to be smashed. I mean, yeah, honestly, I kind of assumed it was reality smash or inbound here. But he played Karn and Minus to get Pithing Needle, however you want to say it. So, um, I guess not. I think we're gonna say go and hold up our remand here. As soon as we can draw a fourth land at the end of their turn, if we can draw a fourth land and it be a blue source, we can go into the turn, Cryptic Command, bounce your Pithing Needle, do something else, and then we can enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield. All right, yeah, that's getting countered. Definitely should have left up. That was wrong. We definitely should have left up a white source for path here. Thought not here. Chalice on 2. Okay. That's really good. So we're gonna shock this in and say go, and this is gonna allow us to. Hopefully, nothing happens that we have to play anything else, but choose a land of each basic land type, then destroy those lands. I'm not sure what we should be doing. You lose 3 lands if you let that resolve. Yeah, I know. I'm not a fan of this. I don't want to bounce the Pithing Needle just to make him play it again. I think we counter and draw here. Draw Flooded Strand is fine. And now he can put 2 counters on his Blast Zone. You have Teferi to win the game against Needle. Probably just counter draw sucks, but like I don't. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's like we're forced to do that. Yeah, I mean, we can Teferi bounce later if we get to that point. So we need to be able to play Teferi and cast Felidar Guardian in the same turn to be able to do this. We're not even remotely near that, so we're just going to say go and see what happens here. He's probably going to put his... I was like... The unfortunate part is that if we do... if we do run out... Could just cast Teferi and take it up. If I cast Teferi and take it up, he puts his Blast Zone on 3. And it's just non-land permanents, right? Destroy, yeah, and then he gets to get our Saheeli. Yeah, it's like Blast Zone is rough. A 5/5 Walking Ballista? Okay. That's fine. We're gonna path that. It'll put us to 17 and probably take the basic. Oh, he's gonna kill Saheeli. Okay. Um. So he's taking the land. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So he's gonna take the land. So we need to draw a land here or next turn. Okay, so that's not a bad one. So we're gonna run out Saheeli, and now we can hold up Remand, and then The following turn, if we draw a land, we can play Teferi, bounce Needle, and play Felidar Guardian. So we're not in real bad shape here. Remand gives us an extra out to a land too. Remand, draw land, GG. Yeah, let's hope, man. Minusing to get another artifact. What are we getting here? Worm Coil Engine? So I think we're just going to remand to take the extra card here. Oh, it gets countered. Okay, didn't think about Chalice. So we get one out. We get one chance at a land here. Oops, I forgot about the Chalice. Your cam is... Oh, I wasn't even thinking about the... Hang on, I can fix that really quick. As soon as I remember how to fix it. It's been a minute. Sorry, I haven't had to move the camera in a while. I honestly forgot about the Chalice. I think we're not going to fetch to give ourselves a better chance at a land here. So that sucks. So we play Teferi, bounce the Needle anyway. Ugh, that sucks. Yeah, one time, man, I wish. Yeah, there was still quite a few lands left in our deck. I feel like we were pretty high to hit there. So what are we looking at? Tick up Saheeli and we're probably gonna leave. Probably gonna leave Saheeli on top, honestly, as another out to leave Saheeli on top as another out to put those counters on Blast Zone. That makes sense. Yep, and we're gonna leave Saheeli on top as an out to us being able to go ahead and pop the Blast Zone. Plus on nothing. Chalice on 3. Yeah, I think this one's over. Because we just drew into something else that we can't play. Yeah, alright. That was just game 1, so that's not too bad. Against E-Tron, we'll want rejection. Probably want another path, honestly. And Helix doesn't seem great. And Bolt doesn't seem great. Cut that, run it like that. I don't... Is there anything else y'all can think of I should run? I mean, for spreading season, the main is pretty good. We'll just run it like this and see what happens. That was unfortunate last game. We had like three or four draw steps to draw a land as an out there, so that kind of sucked for the game to end up the way that it did. But that's okay. That happens sometimes. So I think we're gonna keep this and put Sacred Foundry on the bottom. This hand seems pretty good. Our opponent mulligans also. We'll lead on Spiral Bluff Canal, and then notably we'll play Opt into Force of Negation, and we'll have Force of Negation up. So our opponent's on 6. They lead on Tower, Map. Let's lead on Opt. So we're gonna let the map resolve now. And we still have Force backup if we need it. So drawing a path isn't great there. We really wanted a land. I mean, I know I put a land on the bottom, but I feel like it probably in some way the right play was to put a land on the bottom. We wanted every card in our hand at the time, so we're gonna play our turn and say go. This gets us Hallowed Fountain. Thought Not Seer is pretty good. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. All right. So I think we let Thought Not Seer resolve here. We were kind of hoping to draw like a remand right there. We could have pathed it with it on the stack, but we're just gonna path it anyway at the end of the turn. I mean, unless they take our path. If they take our path, then so be it. Takes Force of Negation. That's really interesting, honestly. Yeah, I'm really interested to see that. We're gonna Fetch Shock Path first. We're gonna get Hallowed Fountain, and we're gonna Path to draw an extra card, and then we're going to opt at the end of the turn to see what we get here. Leaves the battlefield. Target opponent draws a card. There was that remand that we wanted. I was like, yeah, I don't think we want that. Draw a land, which is good. Yeah, that's really good. Holding up Remand and Ceremonious Rejection here is like really good. We're not out of the woods yet because we still have to find a way to win, but it's good enough for now. Hers is mine, so they did have Tron. Or he just drew into it, so. No Tron for you, buddy boy. Spreading seas to the win. Our opponent just says go after playing a land. We're full of counter spells. So I'm interested. Yeah, okay, get a map. Probably get another Eldrazi Temple. if I had to guess. I'll get a tower. Okay, so they're looking to make things happen with draw in here. I mean, we have remand. Like we have 4 counter spells in our hand, so I'm not super worried about whatever they're trying to do here. 8 mana. Chalice on 4. I'm honestly gonna remand this just because I want to draw the card. I just want to draw a card here. Put Chalice back in their hand. I mean, like our remand was a time walk there, so play Spirebluff Canal, say go.
I guess it went all the way around.
Running another remand here. Drawing a Spreading Seas is really good.
Well, here's a chance.
I think we're okay with that. I don't think the Expedition map really plays that much into this, so... Spreading Seas, draw a card. Draw a card. Lightning Bolt? Okay. Like, what a waste. Yep, they're gonna get a power plant. And this turn, I imagine they're probably going to go for the Chalice again. Again, we're just going to counter it. I don't know what else they're up to. We're 3, 5, 7, 8, so you can still play it for 4. Yeah, we'll just let this resolve. We'll let them have a card. They can pick whatever they want. Because we're still looking pretty good here. Take Felidar Guardian, okay. Three, 6, 8. Return target permanent to its owner's hands, draw a card.
Oh god, he ran over that thing and it killed me.
I'm going to bounce this, and then I'm going to put it on your mine.
Usually I run fast enough to get by it and I don't get hit by it. I'm too slow to do that.
This is looking pretty good for us so far. We're going to hit their mine, draw an extra card.
Well, that's a good call. I should probably do that.
So Healy Rise good here. Plus, deal 1. I don't think we want Force and Negation. And then we can Path and Ceremonious Rejection if they do anything worth getting countered. So path. We get to draw a card. We know it's not Force of Negation. Or, I mean, I guess it could technically be... No, we've already got rid of 2 of them, so okay. No, the Saheeli doesn't really do anything. We're going to counter that. Ceremonious Rejection is a good draw step. Plus to Scry.
Yes.
Put Felidar Guardian on top, looking good. Spell Queller, Ceremonious Rejection, and the cat on top, looking like a win here in game 2. They drew a mine. That sucks.
Okay, I have the multi-zoom. Yeah, I do. The infantry comp, whatever that is. The 12 and a half. Cavalry Lancer. Yeah.
I mean, if they go for a big chalice here, there's not really anything we can do.
Oh, I don't know. Because it just seemed to me, I don't know, I didn't want like the other negative things. Like I have higher firepower with the other one.
Spell Queller Chalice here. Plus to deal 1.
Right. Then I do the SOF target designator. Then I do the bruiser grip.
Yes, yield.
And I do the bottom last 19.
Yes.
I have another switch. Plus I like this.
He's going to try and make us run our clock out here.
I like that. And then I do the jungle grip. And then I do the duster.
Which is fine. Little does he know we've gotten very good at this in just the 2 hours we've been doing it tonight. Sorry, I know this is all happening very quickly, but he's trying to make us use our clock here so that he can try to clock us out next game, which is funny to me because he has an extremely good matchup against what we're playing. Make another one. Yes. He's at 14 because we have Bolt in our hand. Alright, he's finally going to concede. Alright. So, we're going into game 3 against Tron, or against Eldrazi Tron. I'm going to be honest, I kind of think we just want the deck the way that it is, and we're just going to try to run it out this way. Decks felt pretty good, so let's try to run it again. I don't think there's anything else we want to bring in. This hand's good. We can hold up Ceremonious Rejection, and we have Spreading Seas and double Remand behind that, so feel pretty good about this. Expedition map seems good. Play a Spire Bluff Canal, say go.
That's what happens when I'm leading the team here. You can only carry so much.
Play our Spreading Seas. We get to draw a card. Hopefully we draw into Force of Negation here. Force of Negation would be like the best draw. There's our one of Bolt, which could be useful. if Matter Reshaper's fine. We're not worried about that. We're just straight up don't care about that. That's a 3-mana card that doesn't do anything. Spell Queller's a really good draw. It sucks that we don't have any white mana. But besides that, our hand's looking good. We got Ceremonious Rejection and triple Remand behind us. We're going to take 3 here. Going to 17 is fine. He's got Tron anyway. He's had it every game, so... I think we're going to remand that to try and draw a white source. And we're going to counter the Pithing Needle with the Ceremonious Rejection. We're going to play Tarn and say go. The Tarn is a really good pickup because it allows us to fetch for Hallowed Fountain. We'd rather have Hallowed Fountain than the Sacred Foundry, so it's pretty good. We're going to take 3 more here. We're not going to lose the game to the Matter Reshaper. We're not worried about that. We'd rather hold up double Remand this turn. We're going to go ahead and Remand again here, which I know is not like an actual counterspell, but... So he has an Ugin in his hand. I think we're also going to remand this. Fetch Shock for a Hallowed Fountain. Remand. We're going to say go. We've made wrong choices every game so far, it appears, and we have... so we're going to use the path here because we want to be able to hold up the... We want to be able to hold up the bolt for the Karn when he plays it in minuses because we know he has a 6-mana Ugin and a 4-mana Karn in his hand, and we want to be able to hold that up. Our life total's getting kind of low, but we're gonna run out of Spell Queller here, snag the Karn, and then he can play his Ugin. Destroy that. He's gonna play his Ugin. He's actually going to dismember that instead of just playing his Ugin and minusing. That's interesting. I don't think I would have gone about that way, but I mean, I guess there's not many chances you'll get. I would have saved that for... Yep. Minus, what are we getting? Getting a liquid metal coating. Okay. Seems good. Play a waste. The last card in your hand is Ugin. EOT, we're gonna bolt the Karn. I'm not trying to play this liquid metal coating Karn game. You can get out of here, kid. We're gonna play that tapped and say go. Ugin's the last card in his hand, and we just drew Cryptic Command, so we can counter and bounce our Spreading Seas. Counter target spell, return this, and then we can play it on a tower. We want this up in case we draw a path. Or we're not going to draw a card, but... kind of hope he just bricked there and drew a land. Oh, he had a second Ugin. Alright, there's nothing we can do about that. That's just rough. And he's going to start making tutus here. Play that on a Tron land that matters.
It's just us in a lobby. We just play against each other. I told him, I was like, I said that if Grace is anything like me, which we know that he is, he's not going to want to talk on the phone, and he would much prefer text anyway.
So I hate to waste a path on this, but I think we need to. We hate giving him the cards, but we just don't have a choice here. Put it into your hand, get an extra card. Him having that second Ugin there was really bad for us. It's very unfortunate that that's how the game played out. And honestly, I don't know what our out is here. We might lose because of that. And he didn't draw something we can spell queller, so we're kind of just SOL here. I don't know what he's trying to do. 4?
Joseph over here stirring the pot. I'm not friends on Call of Duty, so
It's like we still can't get it, but we're gonna attack Ugin for 2. And then we're gonna play Feldar Guardian. We're gonna blink our spell queller. Yes. And now we have 2 blockers. We can't play our Saheeli, sadly. Not gonna lie, if he hadn't drawn Chalice right there, we could have just gone for the win, and that would have been nice. So now if we can find a second Cryptic Command to bounce that Chalice, we can just get the win. We're going to block with the cat. I'm not really interested in taking that thing off the field. I don't want them to have an extra card. Obviously, that's what he wants here, is to draw an extra card. So we're going to let that happen. Yeah, drawing our other Cryptic Command is really our only way here. That kind of sucks, but there's nothing we can do about it. He is ripped straight gas, literally 5 draw steps in a row, so there's really nothing we can do about it here. Really hoping for a good draw step right here. Opt is not bad. Opt is not bad. We're going to put that on the bottom. Force of negation. We got to kill Ugin. I despise to let us go to 2 this way, but we have to. We can counter whatever they do, and then if we can draw into a path, we have an out. We have a chance here. That a Teferi isn't bad. Teferi would be good. Cryptic Command would be great. There are... So he finally bricks. The one turn we don't need it. We don't really care if he bricks or not. And we brick. Alright. Well, there's nothing we can do about that. He ripped absolute gas 5 draw steps in a row. And we needed to not brick one turn, and we did. So there's nothing, there's literally nothing you could do about that. No way I played the game is going to win. So, it is what it is, but it's alright. So we went 3-1 tonight. Took 2.5 hours to play 4 games, which is crazy, but the deck's really sweet. I like it a lot. I think they're I don't really know how I would change the setup in the main deck. It feels sweet, and we drew. For the most part, we drew pretty well. There were a couple times that we kind of drew blanks, but I think I don't know if cutting a land is right. I think you need 23. I think you need all of them to ensure that you hit 4 or 5 consistently. Um, let's see, get pulled up. I don't know. It feels solid. I'm a big fan. I like it a lot. Sideboard changes. Maybe run like some wear tears in the side or something. Grafdigger's Cage didn't seem necessarily necessary. Maybe you cut 2 Grafdigger's Cage and play 2 wear tears. We might try that and run it back tomorrow. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was good. Felt pretty good tonight. So, but I'm gonna take about a 5-minute break. 5 maybe